Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dicing with Death. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Hello. Doing well. Doing well.
Excellent.
Slightly hairier than I was yesterday.
Another day, another hair. What they say.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's new with you?
No, for me, it's another day, another pimple.
Yeah,
It's
right?
much better.
Think you'd be done with those once you leave your teenage years, but
You think it would be over. It just migrates from the face down to other places.
What? Please don't tell us what other places.
Wasn't going to. That's why I left it vague. I'll leave it at that.
Don't worry. Chat's imaginations will run wild.
I know. You guys missed the pre-show. We were talking about these things. It won't make any sense, but that's fine.
Didn't make any sense during the pre-show either.
I mean, when was the last time we made any sense? So,
and on that note,
let's where we last left off, since there is sadly no recap for us today.
You are the recap. Still a shout out to Layla and Chris.
Of course, you guys are great. I was going to try and do a female British accent, but there's no way I can pull off a female voice or a British accent. So to meld them would be even worse. So I'm just going to
get the accent.
I guess I could. It just take forever to say anything. She talks so slowly. Where last we left, Halvar was in a cave. He had slaughtered the goblins. He had found their dimension, their rift into that weird place, the place without time, the ethereal plane, the shadow plane, the goblin magic plane. He slaughtered all the goblins he could, plugged up that hole, settled down for a nice long nap in the goblin cave that he's barricaded himself into. But it's okay because he can sort of maybe dig himself out when he gets back to full HP.
So last episode was not the sacking of Wodheim, was it?
That was 2 episodes.
That was 2 episodes ago. Okay,
sir.
But you did track down the guards who abused and robbed you.
Yeah. And I got back my shit, and then I went and I fucked up some goblins.
You just recovered your axe, right? You tracked them to a...
Yeah, that's what I mean. I got my shit back, my axe. That's all I cared about.
If you say so. You tracked them to a house of ill repute on the border of the Elfwood, and found one of them with your axe buried in his back outside of this house.
Yes.
And you just took that and left.
Yes.
And your other possessions are still missing, but I guess you don't care about those. Maybe there's some other stuff. Maybe not. For now, you're in a goblin cave. You can
there
use for us.
Well, first things first. Okay. I'm gonna sleep for 1,000 years.
Sure you don't want to go back to the goblin plane for that, where time has no meaning and naps last forever?
No, there's goblin magic. Halvar will not stand for it.
Accent changes every week. I kind of like this accent better, but...
Alright, so I nap until I'm back at full HP, which is 49 now. And I don't know if we had already said nap occurs, or if that was going to be interrupted. I think we said it occurs because I don't really have any wounds on my character sheet.
Did you erase them? Well, your token in roll 20 is still pretty badly banged up.
Yeah, but it also has, like, my max should have been 45, and that has max of 36. So I don't know.
I guess you've been nerfed. No, I'm just kidding. You did level up and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Any input, chat? I mean, I guess, does it look like your character sheet's been leveled up and healed the full?
It looks like it's been leveled up and my wounds erased.
Okay. Well, roll a perception check for me.
I can do this. Natural frickin' 20. Halvar is undefeatable.
Just started to rest, but didn't say how long it took. Did I say he gets to heal the full, or are we going to determine that? What does this resting look like for you? Are you on alert? How do you spend your days? What do you
near the underground water areas that like peacefully lakey looking shit. I'll settle up or curl up there and sort of doze in and out, like lean over, drink some water, snack on whatever food I have on hand. If I run out of my own food, I'll eat. What food
do you have on hand?
I have no food, so I will eat whatever I can find around the goblin lair.
What do you find around the goblin lair, Neal?
Well, the goblins got to eat something. They probably may not have huge stocks on hand, but I'll dig around, eat some plants here and there, find some animals they had killed and had strung up for later.
Aside from the odd dried rat, I think we both know what you eat.
I don't want to say it.
You don't want to say it?
I don't want to say it.
Oh.
That's gross meat. I mean, he'll eat it.
Grosser than rats?
Oh, I think so. It's not a proud moment for Halvar, but he needs to rest.
You can survive on there. So you'll find, up top, I guess I erased it. At one point there was a little fire token up here. Oh, your foot is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Up here there was a little goblin fire that you actually can't get to.
I don't know what you mean by up here. I don't see.
Unless you want to risk it, I think you're going to be pinned down here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm on the world map.
Oh, okay. Do you want to look at the goblin cave? Do we care, or should we just do theater of the mind?
Theater of the mind's fine. I just need some context for what here is.
There is inside this cavern. So you are huddled up next to a pool in this cavern. Mm-hmm. There is a ledge up near the ceiling. So the ceiling's probably 20 plus feet high, and there's a ledge maybe 10 feet up.
Right.
Where there's smoke. If you go investigating up there, you can find some goblin possessions. But I think with your broken foot, that's not going to be so trivial.
Okay.
I guess somehow you got back down here in the heat of combat, but now that the adrenaline's fading, you're sitting by this pool. You can pass a day or so nibbling on vegetables, but I feel like you're going to get hungry and need to go locating some food.
So how do I pull myself up onto the ledge with a broken foot?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. Well, if it's an earthen wall, and I've got time...
It's rock.
Rock? Ooh.
But, like...
I was gonna say I could chip it out, I could carve it out,
rock and earth. Some plants growing out of it.
Well, maybe I will...
This looks mostly earthen.
I can use...
walls are stone, but this is like a... Yeah.
I'll use my hand axe to kind of maybe either chip some steps into it if I feel like I could, create a ladder and my foot could bear weight enough to, hold as I climb up. Or if that seems impossible and I've got time, I'll just, break down the earth like you might with those sand cliffs at the beach when the tide's been low and then it comes up and, eats away at the cliff. I'll crush down.
It's compacted earth. Are you a licensed contractor?
I am not a licensed contractor. That's okay. I'm not really trying to resell this goblin cave.
Yeah, maybe.
If I can break down the dirt enough to make a rampy thingy, I can pull myself up that.
Make an appropriate stat check. Divided by 2 probably, but we can just roll it. I can adjust the difficulty accordingly.
Is this a inter-wisdom check for being able to make proper judgments, or a strength check for being able to work at it?
I'm fine. Any way you'd like to roll it.
I
Justify it all, as long as you narrate accordingly.
Yeah, I think Halvar is going to go with the ramp approach. So he's going to spend an inordinate amount of time hacking away at this ledge, collapsing the dirt, packing it together, collapsing it down, packing it together, pulling himself up it, and like hacking into these things with his axe to create some sort of like 45-degree ramp. So that seems to me to be probably strength check. I think it's probably more of like a con check, but that seems broken because my con's 17, so I'll do strength. Ooh, I should have gone with con.
No. It's not that it fails, but I think you exert yourself and it sets your healing back. You maybe slip and take a fall. I'm not going to impose damage, but it certainly interrupts rest. You get this ramp and then you try climbing up it and it collapses underneath your weight and you land on your broken foot and it hurts like a bitch. So your first day of rest is not very restful. That's fine. But you are able to climb your way up on top of this now collapsed ledge. You find the remains of a goblin fire with a string of dried rats hung up over it, smoked to perfection. Do orcs eat rats, or is this goblin fare?
Orcs will eat rats. Yeah.
Okay.
But it would be unthinkable for orcs to eat goblins.
Yeah?
I mean,
if you say so. I mean,
to me, it seems so.
I've never heard of this tribe called orc, so you can fill us in on the details of your people.
In my brain, they taste really, really bad, and it would be embarrassing to have been eating goblins.
Okay, so you can subsist on the rat jerky. There's other goblin belongings, but nothing of obvious value. It's like a homeless encampment that's just like piles of refuse and trash. Not sure why they've held on to it, but it appeared to have some value to them, or maybe they were just too filthy or caught up in their madness to dispose of it.
Yeah.
Right. After that first day, you've acquired some food, if you could call it that. You hunker down and rest. On the second day of rest, you gained a couple HP. You're probably at like 10 out of whatever. You nailed that perception check. I think you'll hear it before you can see it. It's skittering and whispering in the dark recesses of the cave. And you rolled a 20. You'd swear it sounds like goblin-y voices whispering in the shadows.
They're back. They have come back to retake their cave. There's only one way they could have come in. That is through the portal. So I will drag myself, prone crawl my way over in the direction of the path that wraps back around to where that entryway portal thingy is. Take out my family axe in one hand and my hand axe in the other hand.
Back into the map view for a hot second. So here's the pools. They drag you, does it go there slowly? So up here is where you found the goblin campsite. I don't have it.
Right.
Picked it on the map, but up here is like goblin refuse.
Yeah, I remember discussing it the first time I came in the cave.
Yeah. Somewhere up and back here is where you hear the noises.
So I will.
Like you could have collapsed this section, or would you have? Or
No. I had only collapsed the passage between this world and the next, not any passages within this world.
So if you'd like, you can make some sort of check to attempt to. So I think what you've done is like collapsed this into like a ramp leading up.
That makes sense. So I want to come on down the ramp and this is gonna be great. So I'll like pull my broken body down the ramp. And then I want to pull myself, crawl my way like back over
pause
here.
A second there. Let me get it.
Okay.
Throw down a token. Do I have dynamic lighting?
It is presently enabled.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out if I drew in walls. It looks like I might have.
Yeah, there's walls everywhere.
Yeah, okay, cool. So if you can see a goblin, you can see a goblin for now.
I can see no goblins right now. So I want to press myself against the wall here with my hand axe in one hand, my long sword in the other. This is right. And I want to ready an attack for goblins that come by me. So if anything like comes over here, ideally what I want to do is wait for them to like begin to drop down and then attack. But I will, if they stop and start looking around like they might be looking for me and could theoretically see me, then I will make my attack with, I'll just throw my hand axe at them and then like duck around the corner.
A few minutes pass. You can hear the shifting and whispering in the shadows. And nothing immediately comes into view. How long are you prepared to wait in ambush?
That's a great question. I'll give it 15 minutes, and after that,
I think after like 2 or 3, you see a few eager goblins peering out and looking around. That radius seems awfully big.
60 feet.
Yeah, there should be. There's some dim.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So you see them peer out.
I will try and press myself against the wall so that I can't see them yet, and so they can't see me yet. Maybe shift ever so slightly this direction. I want them to come down to my level.
Well, alas, they don't. They poke their heads out. They peer around a little bit.
Well,
they take notice of this ramp, and then they withdraw into the shadows.
All right, new plan. How tall is this ledge here?
About 10 feet.
Perfect. So Halvar, still pressing himself to the wall, is going to slide along the wall until he's pressed into this little covey cavey thingy back here.
Okay.
I will slide myself right over here and listen. Wait. Still weapons drawn.
All right. You can wait as long as you like, because the goblins will not return on this day.
Okay.
Do you ever attempt to climb and pursue?
No, I'll wait the 15 minutes, and if I don't hear them I guess from this position, I'll probably wait 20 minutes or 30 minutes or so. I don't know how I can tell this time. And then if I haven't heard anything in a while, I will, try and back away along this wall and try and get like a look at something until I realize that there's no goblins visible. And then I will just return to my area with food slowly, taking my time to make sure I don't, break my foot again.
Okay.
And then I rest over there.
All right. We can skip to the next day if you're so inclined.
Yes. How many days has it been so I know how much HP to...
It's been, I think, 4, but only a couple of them are restful. You'll be at 13 HP.
Okay.
We can pass a few more days if you're so inclined. If you're not interested in pursuing goblins.
Yeah, I am so inclined to rest.
To roll another perception check.
28.
Okay. So it's gonna be 3 more days, so 9 more HP. You'll be at 22. Are you down by the pools or up top on this ledge and only descending for water?
I think I will probably reside in this dark, dank corner of the cave, spending my time here, unless I need to go down and get water. I think this hidey hole is my home.
All right. You will once again hear soft voices in the darkness. Well, harsh voices, but they're quiet.
This time, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna push myself in this spot. Oh, wait, no, that may be a bad idea. Is my foot still fucked up?
Your foot is still broken, yes.
Shit. Alright, I'm gonna wait here. Pressed into the corner. And sword drawn, axe drawn, hand axe drawn, and just get ready. Ambush them.
One second.
Going crazy.
Yeah, it's the goblins.
It is. I think there's someone in my house. Well, Ryan? What's happening? What's happening?
You hear movement off in the darkness.
I will wait.
Skitter.
I don't see him.
Yeah. A few minutes pass.
I keep waiting. Keep listening. Maybe I'll chance peek around this corner. No. See any goblins? I'm right back. I'll wait. there any goblins coming?
Silent now, but you heard them earlier. I mean, they couldn't have gone far.
Well, I'm gonna stay in ambush. I'm not gonna go out and meet them on my broken foot. I'll let them come to me. If they come.
Well, you wait 5-10 minutes. You're pretty sure they've gone, and just when you're giving up hope, in the distant shadows, you hear the unmistakable cries of a goblin. A sound you've heard dozens of times. A goblin crying out in the throes of agony.
They're here.
The cries of a dying goblin, echoing through the cavern.
Well, this has piqued my interest, so I'm gonna lay on my belly and crawl my way towards this ledge over here. Slowly crawling my way. Weapon still in my hands, which probably slows me down a little bit more. I try and make my way to get some sort of viewpoint of what's going on in the goblin cave. See anything though?
Yeah, the cries were quite distant. Far into the cave, again echoing the shadows as the creeping goblins were before. There's silence after it was a quick, maybe one round of cries, followed by silence.
Then I'm gonna crawl back to my hidey hole and wait if I can see him nearby.
Nope, there's silence. And the stake can pass if you aren't interested in investigating further.
I will not investigate further.
Clear to you that there's still there's still goblin magic, goblin activity in this place.
I will attempt to lick at or suckle on my foot to help it heal faster, because that's how it works. You know, if you have a scrape on your hand, you suck on your hand, it heals faster. So Halvar thinks, well, my foot is injured. I'll suck on my foot. It'll make it heal faster. And I put myself in my hidey hole and wait.
You can pass another day.
Pass another day. 25?
Yeah, 25. Roll another perception check.
Ooh, finally failed one.
All right. Where are you? You staying in this little hidey hole in the back of the cave?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Partway through the next day, so you're actually probably at like 26. It's actually, yeah. You are not surprised, but sort of taken unaware as a couple of goblins wander right up your ramp, right up this ramp that you dug, looking around. Let's see.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. I will.
They do not appear to have noticed you. They're investigating the remains of the fire.
No, this is it. It's ramp time. It's axe time, buddy. Halvar will, in typical Halvar fashion, step out from the shadows, hurling his axe at the one goblin he sees, the first goblin he sees, while saying to the others, or saying to him, I have to ask you a question. And I know, it's terrible. It's so bad.
And we can go ahead and roll initiative.
All right. Oh, it's not a surprise attack? Okay,
No.
fair enough. All right.
7.
Yeah.
See, the small creatures have initiative of 2, right?
3.
3 as well.
Yeah.
So you go simultaneously. They're poking around their disheveled campsite, looking at the modifications you've made.
Well, that sounds like
when they notice you in the shadows, barreling right towards them. So they turn and begin running down the ramp as you go.
I shuffle step towards him 10 feet and I hurl my axe.
Go ahead and hurl an axe.
1d20 plus 5. Is his back to me?
Sure, maybe.
Oh!
Roll a saving throw versus death.
That did not work out well, but that did. Okay.
Okay. Perhaps it was your own actions that confused you. So the axe just flies wide and miss. But all strategy goes out the window, and you find yourself compelled in a battle lust. I don't know if you drew your longsword, but you find it in your hand, and you find yourself, before you even have a chance to think through your actions, charging down these goblins and running them through with your blade. Make an attack roll with your longsword.
9. Oh wait, no, that's not including the 2 for back attack, which brings it to 11.
That's still not enough. No, not quite. Did you include its magic bonus in that?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I did not include a charge bonus though. With charge and back attack, it becomes a 14. And you did say charge.
Yeah, I don't think you have enough space to mechanically charge.
Okay.
It's close, but no, I don't think so.
All right. Fair enough.
Let's see. So this was simultaneous. I think in lieu of provoking an opportunity, the goblin sort of scrambles, and they'll change their actions to attack you. Well, it actually does hit.
14?
Yeah. I am easily 1 point of damage that you shake away.
Okay. Now this is an interesting thing, is that my wounds have already erased, so if I were to frenzy, I have no idea what my highest HP wound is to add to my damage bonus.
Interesting.
I know.
You can randomly determine it. I mean, your wounds haven't erased on this sheet.
No, but the individual wounds haven't, or aren't there.
Should be at 26. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
we can randomly determine it. I'll have you roll a d8 or something.
I'm just gonna stick with the dual wielding right now. I don't think I need to frenzy unless more goblins show up. So it should hopefully be fine. Are we doing bonuses for magic weapons decrease their weapon speed or not?
Is that a thing?
I think it's technically a thing that we usually look over. I'll not include it on my initiative.
Where in the book that was?
I don't remember where. I just seem to recall.
Okay. Well, no, this does not provide a bonus in the initiative. So roll initiative.
I rolled an 8.
right, you go first.
And I've already thrown my hand axe, so I will use my snake bite on the first goblin before me. 1d20 plus 6 with a slash across him. Ooh, something tells me that is a double crit.
Oh my. You can roll damage if you like, but I think it's unlikely to stop him.
Yeah. The fangs of the snake come up and slash the goblin through the throat once, twice, and then through the neck. And the dagger that finds itself in my offhand comes up to...
long sword.
Yeah, long sword.
Typically finds itself in your right hand, in your primary hand.
That makes sense. Oh, I don't have a dagger. I have a short sword, though, and I can dual wield with that. So I pull up my short sword.
Oh, okay, because you threw your axe.
Because I threw my axe.
You also have your battle axe.
That's true. But I believe it is size medium, and I can't dual wield two medium things at the same time.
I think it says you can't dual... I'll allow it. You got enough efficiency.
All right. Then I will pull up the family.
It doesn't say... It's not size, it's weight, I think. I think it's your primary hand has to be heavier than your offhand or something like that.
Okay.
We can look if you're interested. For Halvar's purposes, I'm willing to let it slide.
I will.
In fact, maybe I should write something in the class. I don't know, because rangers have.
They can use weapons of any weight or size when doing that.
So.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know that if you take 2 slots in 2 weapon fighting, you gain that perk as well.
I believe so.
Yeah. Anyway, I will family axe the other goblin, which is no good.
So this first one is dead. This is the first round using the axe, right?
Yes.
And this goblin withdraws off the ledge, quite agilely tumbling into the shadows as you hear the sound of an enormous creature stomping through water.
Wait, what is that?
What is what?
What is this thing I see in the shadows coming towards me?
This one here?
What is that?
A hulking goblinoid.
Oh my
standing,
god. Hulking goblin?
Tall.
It's a 2/2, can't intercept. My god.
It's now all it can do is attack. It stands well over 6 feet tall, yellowish skin and covered in coarse black red hair, sniffing at the air, barking orders, and wielding an enormous mace.
Halvar's
He points in your direction as a few more goblins come scurrying out of the pool.
Halvar's knees begin to go weak. He thinks to himself,
Fear?
am I gonna die to goblins? In their home? This can't be my fate. Halvar's not meant to die like this. I must not fall here. And I think I'm gonna frenzy. This is definitely frenzy time. So that's a full round action?
It is a full round action. Let me see here. This is goblin morale. Goblin. I think with the urging of their leader, they may get a bonus. Now I'll give you a round to prepare your frenzy.
All right. Frenzy.
Yeah, so the goblins don't... The large goblin appears to be ordering them to assault you. He points up the hill, barks orders, and to no avail. Goblins sort of scurry around at the base of this ramp, but appear unwilling to advance further. You work yourself into a frenzy.
Yeah, I do it by slashing at the goblin at my feet and feasting on parts of his body.
I thought you didn't want to feast on goblins.
Well, I don't want to, but sometimes, Ryan, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do for your own good. And this is one of those times.
This large goblin stomps over, points up the ramp. The goblins quiver in their boots, seeing the blood splatters of your frenzy. And the hulking goblin takes his mace and smacks the smaller creature across the face. Scoring a critical hit, which causes the goblin's head to explode and go colliding into this wall.
All right.
And turn, looks up the ramp. Picks up this one in his offhand and sort of pushes him first up the ramp.
Uh-oh.
We're rolling for initiative for the next round.
Okay. Maybe we take our break right here before the battle?
Sounds good.
Right. We will see you on the other side of our break with a little bit more Halvar and the goblins. Bye-bye.